Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am having an interesting time trying to get my live started here. Okay, I think we're all set. All right. So, wow, today is January 19th, 2026, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And it just looks like all evil is all out everywhere. This is like one of the most evilest days I'm realizing. Uh, I just can't believe it. So much evil in one day. It's a bit overwhelming. But before I start talking about that, I want to say thank you to everyone who replied to my little poll here. I've been hearing the past couple of months people saying, oh, it was a really bad flu going around. Look out, blah, blah, blah. Bad respiratory flu. And, I thought it was more fear mongering basically, but a lot of people sounded sick. But, people get flu, but, nothing new there. We all know how they're always trying to hype it up. So you're like, yeah, whatever. But now I'm noticing people around me. I don't know if you call it a flu or like a really bad cold, but a really severe cough, not necessarily feeling feverish or anything. And I'm just concerned. I'm like, uh-oh, I know people have it now. And I'm like, please do not give that. If I get that, if I disappear for a month, you'll know why, because it sounds like just a really severe cough, like you can't stop coughing. And anytime I get that, I'm just like, I'm down. I get it worse than everybody else. Hi, Bettina. How are you? So thank you. I was good. I'm glad to hear that nobody's gotten it this year, or maybe just one person. So maybe, I don't think it's as bad as they're saying. You can't tell with social media, right? You're seeing people post things, but you can't trust anything on Twitter X or anywhere else. There's too many, nefarious, suspicious accounts. You have to, I had to do my own little poll with a little group here. So it's really going on. So there you have that. And then what happened today? Well, today, of course, the World Economic Forum started their annual meeting. How have they not been arrested and imprisoned yet? These filthy, wealthy, satanic, at the seats of the most evil place in the world there. And so they're all getting together, planning and plotting their evil. And no doubt had a big satanic ceremony for that. So this is probably why we're seeing so much evil going on here, thanks to their demonic influence. I'm sure they're doing all kinds of crap there. So that major evil event started this week, and it goes 19th to the 23rd. Yeah, you never got the flu survey. Yeah, I was just checking to see how many people got the flu, if any people have been getting it, because people on YouTube and other places have been, and on Twitter X, there were a lot of people saying, "Oh, there's a bad flu going around. Look out, it's really bad. Take this, take that, whatever." All these flu concoctions, and remedies, and I'm like, "Whoa, it sounds like everybody's getting it." You see, that's what it seemed like, But anyways, it's the usual. It's that time of the year. Make sure to get plenty of sunshine. I try to get as much sunshine as you can because that helps, right? Vitamin D. Anyhow, hopefully, knock on wood, will be good and it'll pass by. But so there you go. So World Economic Forum this week. So I'm sure we're going to be seeing lots of clips of them. There was a clip I saw of Klaus saying that they're trying to build trust and truth. Apparently, according to the evil one, that they want trust and truth. And people are like, what? But why is Klaus saying he wants trust and truth? People, the satanic doublespeak, right? When he says trust, yeah, they want you to just do what they tell you to do and not question them. And truth, they mean their truth that they've decided is the truth and don't question it. And anything else is misinformation, right? Just like with the COVID vaccines and everything else. So that's what it's like. Everything with them is doublespeak. It's just like the UN. Like, you can't take anything they say literally, right? They're deceptive AF. So there's that. So you're going to see lots of clips of them using their double speak and coming out with all kinds of nonsense to talk about how to bring in tyranny on us all. And apparently everybody did a very good job with COVID. That was a big social test to see how much you would comply. And everybody failed, basically, or most people, billions of people failed for their test. Congratulations. So now they're planning more. Good job. All the people will comply. But anyways, there's that. They're plotting and planning their next COVID psyop, or whatever it's going to be called, disease X. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get the flu last winter either. How was summer where you are? Okay. Yeah, I haven't had it in years. Knock on wood, keep it that way. Like I said, I know people around me are like, I don't know, a really bad cold or a flu, whatever it is. I don't want it. It's a really bad cough. I'm like, ugh, I don't want it. So anyways, the World Economic Forum started. So that's the first evil thing. The next evil thing was that idiot, Don Lemon. He's a part of mainstream media apparatus in America. The guy's a talking head. He was attacking anti-vaxxers and was very malicious. He's basically a puppet of the globalists. So whatever they tell him to say, he says. He goes along with the agenda. And so he's decided the mainstream media, nobody's watching it anymore. Nobody trusts them after all that. Don Lemon is the reason nobody trusts it. So now Don Lemon is joining the leftists, the communists, with their attacks in Minnesota, and they went and invaded a church during church services. And I was noticing when I watch Karolyn Borisenko, and when you hear these people, if you watch the videos that, like, for example, how they were, they scream, they're always screaming something, right? It's all they do. They get together and scream, like, bah, 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 and they were screaming at the ICE officers, all kinds of insults. You're this, you're that, get out, all this stuff. And if you listen to them, and I've noticed before, I mean, they literally sound demonically possessed. And I'm not even joking. I'm not being hyperbolic. They really do. Like, they sound like what you would expect a demonically possessed person would sound like. That's exactly how they sound. They're chanting. It's not just yelling. It's not just being angry and yelling. So I just want to show you an example of what I'm talking about here. I'm like, I wrote in my Twitter post, I'm like, they're all possessed. They really are satanically possessed. So this was, of course, all happening on the same day as the WEF meeting, the major Satanists there. And so these Satanists decide to invade a Christian church during services. So here we go. Play this short clip.
Renee Good! Renee Good! Renee Good! Renee Good! Renee Good! Don't shoot! 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 Shame! Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where are you? You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities? I'm not going to comment. You have no comment, exactly. Say your name! Say your name! Renee Good! Renee Good! Freedom! We have a duty to rule.
Okay, so they're doing the little fist in the air thing. It just looks so stupid to me, but they're all proud of themselves. But I think that was the leader there, the ringleader, BLM leader there. I mean, they look so retarded. That's what they do, but they're demonically possessed, in my opinion. They sound it. I mean, this example is like minor compared to other ones, but like if you watch Karl and Borisenko and you when they're on the street screaming and yelling, they really sound out of their minds, possessed. So that happened, and that was organized by Andy Ngo, hosted by the BLM activist here. He has the receipts. Nakima Levy Armstrong. So that's that woman that was right there. So, of course, we all know Harry and Meghan supported BLM. So, this is who Harry and Meghan support. And this woman used to work for NAACP in Minneapolis. And, of course, Harry, Meghan, Archwell supported NAACP year after year after year. So, it's all connected. It's all the same, Marxist communists. So, yeah, I think Harry and Meghan are potentially involved, at least spiritually, satanically involved behind this, because of course these are who they support. So invading Christian churches, this is the groups Harry and Meghan supports. And so that was the second evil thing that happened today. You say, are they in a church? Yes, they were in a church. Yes, it's very disrespectful. Yeah, they're being very evil. Yeah, and they're just sitting there yelling at down the pastor. And that's what they do. They burn down churches, they crash them. And then the third evil thing that happened today, of course, is that Harry went to court. As you know, he went back in court for that court case against the newspapers, where he really has no standing because the main evidence, the letter from Gavin Burrows, is fraudulent, and they're still pushing forward and saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's a true letter. So he's pushing forward with this along with all these other idiots. And this is a good article from the Telegraph. It was reposted here describing the scene in there. Apparently there was a kerfluffle because there was no seat for Harry. I mean, this whole thing is nothing but a show trial for these celebrities to show up and get their pictures taken and be able to give interviews about it. I mean, it's all PR. That's all this is for, in my opinion. So it says Harry, by now, who is all too familiar with courtroom surroundings, barely glanced around amid a brief kerfluffle about where he was supposed to sit. No thought, it appeared, had been given to his attendance. So there was a kerfluffle. He didn't have a specific seat. Like, where am I supposed to sit? And I guess the lawyers didn't have a special seat planned for him. So he was all, Harry's not used to that. He's used to going to places and his name is on the chair, so he knows exactly where to go. And this time in court, there was no assigned seat for him. According to Harry, Harry's the star of the show, right? Wherever he goes. So when he goes there and he realizes that he wasn't even assigned a seat, he's like a regular pleb or a peasant. He's going to find his own seat. So he couldn't handle that. Apparently, it's too much responsibility for a spoiled brat prince. So there was a kerfluffle over it. Where am I supposed to sit? Where am I supposed to sit? You didn't give me a seat. Where's my seat? So this is drama for Prince Harry finding a seat. So there's that. That was the start of it. And yeah, he's such a clown. Exactly, waving to nobody when he arrived. Exactly, like I said, this is all PR. This is all a show trial. It's just for him and the other claimants to come in and act like they're doing something. They're saving the world. They're doing it for you, right? For truth and justice for all, right? That's why he comes out later and says, because there's going to be interviews after this. Oh, and he's taking the stand on Thursday. So for the second time in history, Harry, the first royal in history to give a statement in court. Well, guess what? He's doing it again on Thursday. So he loves this. It's all about him making history and him going to court. And then afterwards, giving a big interview on ITV or BBC or wherever or Gail and Oprah or wherever he's going to give his interview. It's all about the PR. That's all it ever is about with these globalist Marxist commies that they are. Yes, so the Satanists, the Satanists they are. So there was also not just him, but there was his security team was there. So Harry had two members of his private security team. His PR manager was there as well. Yeah, so he had a whole team of people there besides, and his lawyers, of course, or his solicitors. Liz Hurley sashayed into the room with her 23-year-old son, Damien, right? She named her son Damien, who's apparently a model. The glamorous pair turned a few heads as they were directed to their seats. And behind them was Sadie Frost, sporting a smart dyed bob. And then Sir Simon Hughes, a Liberal Dem MP. And then Sir Elton John and his husband were following the proceedings via remote video link. There was no immediate sign of the Baroness Lawrence. Yeah, so here's Harry again. They got to take a video of him entering the court. So ridiculous. I mean, it's all PR. It's all, he loves this. He gets to be the star of the show. Here he goes. Play the trumpets. Yeah, wave to nobody. Exactly. It's being an idiot. The barristers had previously agreed not to wear the gowns and wigs. And then, so apparently Sherborne just took the whole day off. Like his opening statement was blah 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 blah. For you could probably find it on YouTube. I think they do release the recording, so I may look for that later just to see how. I'm curious to see the courtroom setup, not him. But they claim there's 7 different claimants, and blah blah blah. He went on talking about information gathering, going back to Harry and his ex-girlfriend there, Chelsea Davy, which the newspapers denied all the allegations because they aren't true. And Sherborne, Harry's lawyer, is saying, they have skeletons in their closet. Yes. And then Harry sat back in his chair, a slight frown on his face, listening intently. He occasionally leaned forward to tap something on his phone and appeared to be following along closely at various documents flashed up on the screen before him. And in front of him, Damien, Liz Hurley's son, shrugged off his brown woolen coat to reveal a tight, sheer top. He kept on his black scarf as he occasionally raked a hand to his coiffed bouffant that put Mr. Sherborne's famed locks into shame, chewing his fingers. So, I mean, this whole thing was just PR nonsense. It really is. I just describe it. It's all a photo op. It's all publicity. Yeah, so they're all claiming they're all damaged. Oh, they're also damaged by the newspapers from 30 years ago. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. Yeah. So, but it's kind of funny reading this joke. What a joke all this is. But where does it mention? It mentions somewhere that he's going to be speaking on Thursday. I missed it. Let me see. Hold a second. Oops. Ugh. I didn't mean to do that. You don't see his bald spot. There's other pictures where you can see how bald he looks from the back. He's so bald, this guy. Let me see here. Where is it? No. Oh man, okay, I can't find it. Well, maybe it was another article. It said he's going to speak. Pointed out Harry's going to take the stand on Thursday. Yeah, I think this one is just describing the courtroom scene there. Yeah, I guess there's Liz Hurley with her son Damien and Harry. Anyway, so there's that. So those are the 3 major evil things. So pray, pray, pray. The evil is just acting up. Harry and Meghan are, of course, directly involved in all of it, in my opinion. They're with the WEF. They're with the BLM. They're with the globalist Satanist there. So I'm just wondering, what was I wondering? We'll do a reading on. Um, Lost my train of thought. What I was going to do a reading on. Well, I guess all of this evil going on with BLM and this Don Lemon thing and invading churches. I mean, they're really pushing it now. They're what's going on my screen? Everything's acting up here. I'm telling you, hon. Let me fix that. Yeah, they're really pushing it now. They've never done this before, especially with a mainstream media talking head who works directly for the globalists. Hi, Lee Starney. How are you? Stanier, yeah. Yeah, so I'm wondering, BLM is really, of course, they're revving up because they hate Trump. And, they did the George Floyd thing while Trump was in office. And now they're doing this, and Megalodon seems pretty quiet. She put up an AI video and then went quiet. So I'm wondering, are Harry and Meghan, are they, particularly Meghan, I think, she's the more, they're both equally evil, but are they supporting this evil rise of BLM again? BLM witches coming out. They're really trying to rev up this ICE shooting, and it's just not happening. Like, nobody cares. They're not. It's not going to work, and they're only pissing people off going into churches now. I mean, like, people really don't sympathize with them. They're not. They're not getting. They're really pushing to get the George Floyd thing. They really want George Floyd 2.0, and it's not happening. I mean, last time I think when George Floyd happened, it was 2020. So people were locked down at home. So everyone was on the internet and they had nothing else to do but comment on that, right? But now, people don't care. They really don't. And I think that this whole thing, I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to look at it. And I want to look at Harry and Meghan's influence on it. Said, oh yeah, my channels. Yeah, but my channels were taken down only recently, where they put back up after Trump got in office. Then after Trump got in office, then they put him back up. Watch, when Trump leaves, they'll probably take him down again. Yeah, I'm totally shadow banned. Absolutely. Yeah, I have been for the entire time. Yeah, so they took down those earlier channels. That's why I had to make the next one. They took down one, I had to make two. They took down two, I had to make three. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the most canceled tarot reader on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. If you know, you know, right? Yeah. So anyway, it's been following this evil duo all along, and I just know Harry and Meghan are involved in this BLM acting up. They're behind the scenes. NAACP and BLM combined influence in this, and I just know Harry and Meghan are, with James Holt, they're giving support somehow, either through their satanic sorcery or money or doing things behind the scenes, but they're involved. You just know it. You just know it. Well, I want to see how's Megalodon involved in, upping this BLM activity, invading Christian churches now. Is Meghan behind this? This is right. Meghan and Harry's group. Meghan and Harry support BLM. And you see what they're doing now. So Harry and Meghan, are they involved with this? Are they behind it or what? How involved are they with this? This latest BLM activities going on, trying to rev up the ICE thing, trying to destroy America, take over America. Oh yeah, and I posted everywhere too that Carolyn Borisenko said, Joe, that they're planning on shutting down. They want to shut down the country, right? So they've got all these unions and all over, and they're going to all call in sick or whatever on Friday 23rd. So they're going to try to shut down the country. So they're all going to call in sick to work. They're not going to work or school or anything. So that's happening on Friday the 23rd. So just to be aware of that. Apparently they own all the unions, so like all the, I don't know how extensive it is, but it could be, stopping a lot of things and causing a lot of headaches. So just to be aware on the 23rd, especially if you're traveling or expecting, trying to get something done, they will be there to interfere with it because there'll be nobody there. So let's see. Harry and Meghan, are they involved with this latest BLM uprising of disrupting church services? Oh, look what just flipped out. Oh my God, look what flipped out. The church services going on here. Wow, that's what I'm reading on. Yeah, I think Harry and Meghan, well, they're with the Church of Satan, but it's looking like they probably knew. Like remember Harry said he knew about January 6th is going to happen? The insurrection. What was really a Fed erection? A Biden erection. But yeah, so they knew about this. I'll gotta see if they knew about this ahead of time. Did they know? Did Harry and Meghan know about this going to happen? This invasion of the church? Yeah, I'm feeling Harry and Meghan, whether they're in the country or not, they're going to be aiding and supporting, aiding and abetting all the destruction in the U.S. with BLM, whatever BLM can and the left can pull out. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Harry and Meghan still involved with BLM, attacking the church. And they not only went in there and interrupted people, they followed them out and followed them down the street, yelling at them and insulting them and saying there is no God. They hate Christianity. They hate Christians. They're really, you can see how satanic they are on other clips. It's like they're so demonically possessed. It's really sad. So evil. Let's see. Harry and Meghan, are they involved with this? Did they know this was going to happen? They all planned it weeks in advance, I think. At least days in advance. They're being very quiet. Notice how quiet they're being right now? Oh yeah, see. They're being sneaky. See, they're being sneaky. They're being a part of it and they're trying to sneak away like we didn't do anything. We didn't say anything. Yeah. Are they involved in this evil invading churches? Did they know that this church was going to be invaded by these lefty BLM with their fist in the air? They look so retarded with their fists in the air. And they take themselves so seriously. Oh, here again, another church card. Like this is the second church card I've gotten. Yeah, this is like they're so possessed. They take themselves so seriously, running around with their fist in the air, looking like idiots. I'm sorry, that's what they look like to me. But I'm not a brainwashed 20-year-old. It's like, please give me a break. They're really starting trouble. They're really, whatever. I'm not young and energetic, when you're young and idealistic and stupid and naive and you do stupid things. But anyhow, that's how I see it. All these activists invading a church. I mean, really, that woman walking down the church with her fist in the air, like as if she's such a Satanist. Only a Satanist would do that. Like, you can walk down a church, interrupt a church proceeding to, like, what's the point of that? Honestly, is all for show. It was all theatrics for the masses. I mean, I get that, but it's just still just so they're so retarded. I think they must be paid well for this. Obviously, they are because the leaders of BLM bought mansions. They have millions of dollars now. I mean, again, they're so well funded by the globalists behind them to do this. So she's like a Greta Thunberg. The woman in charge of BLM is a black Greta Thunberg. That's what it looks like to me. That's my opinion. So, I mean, all of this is theatric for us. And it's all happening today, the same day as the WEF and Harry's court battle. It just all seems a little too coincidental. So much evil in one day. But anyways, I'm so sick of this theater. I'm sick of all of it. I'm done with all of it, all of these, everything I just mentioned, I'm done with it. They could all just disappear now. Anyways, let's look. Harry and Meghan, are they involved? Yeah. Oh, yeah. If it was a mosque or a synagogue, yeah. Well, first of all, in a mosque, they would be attacked and probably killed. And a synagogue, I don't know what they would do there. but not as violent as the mosque, but they might be, because I'm sure the synagogues are on. The synagogues have really good security, I imagine, so probably they wouldn't be able to get in. That's what I imagine. Oh my goodness. Harry and Meghan, are they involved in this latest invasion of the churches by the satanic BLM there? They're satanic lefties. They involved in this? Do they know it was going to happen? Are they going to be doing more? They hate Christians. They just want to get the Christians. This is all theater for the Christians. Like, we're coming after you, just like Harry and Meghan in Nigeria, and Meghan wearing an upside down cross. It's all about their hatred for Christianity and Christians. Yeah, that's all it is. It looks like to me. Why else are you going to invade a Christian church? It's only one reason. Okay, I think I've shuffled enough now. Let's take it. What's it? Lee said, imagine if it was, yeah, exactly. All right, let's see. How are Harry and Meghan involved in this invasion of the church by BLM? They are involved with BLM, we know. Let's see what the cards show. General situation. Oh my goodness. You've got the vampire. We all know Meghan is a vampire. She is a succubus or whatever she is. And this is like a family. So, you know how they're always going after the children? They're vampires and they are just out. Like, he's like, the way I see this right now, this card, even though it's judgment, but major arcana, major group involvement. So it's Meghan and Harry and BLM, but it's also the idea that this is like a Christian family, and Harry and Meghan, they're BLM. They're like Dracula popping up, like, aha, invading their services in church, because people had to get up and leave to avoid them and their freaking, shrieking nonsense. So, I'm going to yes. I'm going to upright yes. They are involved with this major group, major arcana here, which BLM and the rest. So, yes. And of course, they want to bring in their new world order. Of course, they want to bring in their, it's Marxist, whatever you want to call it. Crossing it, Hierophant, reversed. Right? So, of course, Hierophant, again, it's like a church. It's normally a popish figure here, but whatever. About religion, organized religion. And they want to destroy it because communists hate Christianity. If you get caught with a Bible in China, you'll be arrested and sent to prison. They hate religion. They hate Christianity. Oh my goodness. Communists can't stand it. They want to kill everybody who's religious. The Uyghurs, they kill the Uyghurs because their religion. And these are communists, basically. So, yeah, they want to destroy all religions in general as a major arcana. So it's not just this church. It's like the entire, they want to they hate, they're Satanists. They sound possessed, look possessed to me. And they just want to destroy all religion. They're evil. They are evil, evil, evil. And the bottom of it all, three of oops reversed, which you can see is the conspiracy card. And, this group getting together to bring unhappiness, to upset people. This was all a stunt for publicity. I mean, Don Lemon was there with the cameras and he's confronting the pastor. How come you're not helping? Do something about ICE. So you can do something. Communists want you to do something. The whole thing was just this little skit, this little theater, like Harry and Meghan, just to upset people. And, it's just disruptive and disrespectful and satanic as far as I keep saying that. It's the best word for it, best description of them. So Harry and Meghan, I'm getting yes very much. They're involved in this group and taking down Christianity and religions. Of course, Harry and Meghan support that because they're evil as well. The bottom of it all, Four of Wands reversed. They want to take it all down. They want to take down all those churches and all groups. Any groups getting together and having a good time, they want to make sure they ruin it. The only groups they want are brainwashed Marxist communists chanting around with their fists in the air. And if you're not part of their little group, then any other group has to be out. They want to get rid, they want to destroy you, they want to kill you, because that's what communists do. They kill millions of people. That's what happens when communists take over. So they'll start with the Christian churches. Obviously, they've already shown that. So this is the taking it all down. I'm sure they call churches like they call the royal family, systemic racism and what all nonsense. So yeah, so that is the base of it all, just destroying this country, destroying the churches particularly, as well as anything else to deal with the government. They want to destroy ICE. They want to destroy the police, defund the police, right? George Floyd, it was defund the police, and now it's defund ICE or whatever. They're always anything against the government is the point. Yeah. You said this was started in 1666. What do you mean by that? The 666 fire, the Great Fire in London in 1667. Was that 66? 1600s is when William Lilly lived. I know that. Anyway, the astrologer. Anyhow, did Harry and Meghan know that they were going to invade the church today? Obviously, it seems like a large group of people organized this whole thing with Don Lemon and BLM. So did Harry and Meghan know? Oh, look at that. Yeah. You know what? Yes. I'm getting the church card and it's reversed, but I take that as a secretive. They knew and they kept silent. It was a big secret. It was a big secret. They were all planning to go to the church and disrupt the services and dance around with their feet in the air, and their feet in the air, their fists in the air. Yeah, it was a big secret. They were in on it. They kept it secret. Them and their friends, they're secret. Everything's very secretive. They love being part of the CIA and any other secretive group they're a part of. They love that. They're spooks. I mean, these are literally spooks, right? That's Harry and Meghan. They love that. They think they're so, especially Meghan, likes being part of this secret network and plotting and planning. What are we gonna do? Let's invade this. Let's protest here and do that. So, protesting the church. That with the cameras and Don Lemon. I mean, this is all organized. Big deal for them. This is their entertainment. This is the way they have fun, I guess. Trying to start fights, basically. Being obnoxious and harassing people that want nothing to do with them, making everybody miserable. Yeah, Mission Hairball. I don't know what Mission Hairball means. Mission. It's Harry the Hairball. I call him Hairball. Whatever Harry. Oh, with Harry, the royal family. Yeah. Say it all started with them. Mm-hmm. So what are they expecting, Harry and Meghan? King of Bats. So they're expecting to make a particular man happy here. And this could also be seen as an organization card, but I kind of get this as like a very intelligent leader here, someone in charge of the group, in charge of all of this going on, like a main person or one of the main people. And of course, Meghan still has political ambitions. I can kind of see this as a political group as well. Meghan is still working towards that. So she's connected with the people who could do it. So this was from Harry and Meghan's perspective, or particularly Meghan, it's for political gain, right? So she can keeps with these people. She wants power, so she's got to connect herself to anyone she thinks might get some power. And being disruptive, these people, when they group together with their bullying, have a certain amount of power, I guess, or they're taking orders from powerful. What are Harry and Meghan afraid of or not want? Seven of Pentacles. Well, they certainly don't want people analyzing and seeing their connections and getting proof of it and the money. It's all about hiding for Harry and Meghan. It's all about distracting from their money laundering. TRG always covers very well, all the details of that. So Harry and Meghan don't want you talking about that. So they love this distraction, people not talking about the Somalian billions of dollars. Was it millions or billions? I heard it was billions funneled to daycares, to Somalian illegal aliens, Somalians. And of course, Harry and Meghan were a part of the Afghanistan one that TRG covers. So Harry and Meghan don't want you looking at their financials. That's why they took down the Archwell website and reopened it as Archwell Philanthropies now. They took down everything, all the proof of everything that they supposedly did during the Biden regime. They took that all down because they don't want people looking at it. They don't want you looking at that. Like, go watch BLM invade a church with Don Lemon, the idiot. That guy is so brain dead. I can't believe anyone. He's an instigator, an agitator. He's evil. He's ugly and evil. So what are they hoping for? What are they? Oh, High Priestess. Look at that. So major arcana. So of course, keeping secrets, keeping things hidden, and also I take this as I look at this as with the Hierophant. We're talking about some evil sorcery going on here as well. Not only putting on a performance, but this was also there's something spell work or ritual. They may have stolen something from the church, or they may plan on doing some. They may have been doing some kind of or did some satanic ceremony ahead of time. Like everything they do, BLM is very satanic. They used to get together and do a lot of rituals and stuff, and they were doing that for this particular case. Carolyn Borisenko on her channel shows it, I believe, and someone else. I think on Twitter X, I saw it that the people they're getting together. They put up a shrine, right, for this woman that got shot, and so they were doing satanic. Oh, TRG showed it to me on forwarded me a clip on. So it's on my Twitter X account. If you scroll in the past, you'll see that around the woman who died, the good woman, they put together like a Princess Diana type of, they got the candles and the flowers all piled up. Well, they were doing satanic ceremonies on that, trying to get the power of her death, right? Because the Satanists always get the power when they sacrifice someone. So she's a sacrifice to them. So they're trying to get the power of her life force. And I see that kind of satanic ritual, something going on, possibly connected to that or empowering this. And with Meghan and Harry helping out with that, because this is Harry and Meghan's involvement. So Harry and Meghan are definitely involved with these satanic. Meghan may have sacrificed a chicken or two for the occasion. She's got all the chickens waiting for it. So yeah, I do see there's spell work here that Meghan, and they're hoping to cast their spells and their evil further for more power and to get more done. Yeah. So ritual, magical, ancient symbols of power. They're crazy. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. Evil, crazy and evil AF. There's totally this. I'm telling you, so evil. It's unbelievable. So. This is what they think of the world. I mean, outside influences. So I look at this as they want to, new world order. They want to turn everybody's world upside down, destroy everybody's way of life. They hate the world. Harry and Meghan hate people. They just hate everyone. They're hateful, evil, demonically possessed beings, just like these BLM people are. And you can see with BLM and all of them, they just hate people. If you don't go along, do what they follow their lead, they want you dead. And that's why communists always kill millions of people. If you don't go along with them and be one of them, then you're dead. So that's what Harry and Meghan feel like. They want to kill everybody. They could care less. Starve to death, eat bugs, own nothing, be miserable. They hate people. They hate the people, I should say, as well. Just in general, humanity. Very hateful, evil people. Driving this, involved in this, and behind this. And I also take this as a globalist kind of card as well. Global influence. So you've got the BlackRock and the World Economic Forum and all of them involved in supporting this. They supported BLM, and I'm sure they're behind a lot of what's going on now. So, and of course, they're behind Harry and Meghan, supporting Harry and Meghan all the time, Bill Gates, all the rest of them. So they're helping out as well because they're all saying this as well. And then what's going to happen next? Oh, look at that. Ooh, some justice. Oh, my. That's interesting. So I think there's going to be a lot of lawsuits going on. I think that I think they're going to regret this. I think that um these activists, these BLM activists have been getting away with this for a little too long, and so have Harry and Meghan. And it's just about time we got some justice. It's probably, we know it's not going to be nearly enough, but at least we'll take some. And it does look like it's coming, so they better look out. I think the DOJ is going to be on this, and I think they're going to be in for a surprise. Yeah, see a rabbit hole. Yeah, so I see some justice coming for Harry and Meghan. This is Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan are getting some justice. I mean, I hope the BLM ones do too, but yeah, look out. Yeah, I think TRG is right. I think that justice is coming. Look out, Harry and Meghan, it's coming. Things are their world. Harry, as what's his name? Uzi said, Harry and Meghan are going to be going through some things. In the end, wah wah, page of imps. Yeah, back to the puff pieces. We'll be hearing more announcements, more news, spreading more gossip and lies. They'll be spinning everything as best they can, you know that, but yeah, I hope so too. Looks like it. I don't think, they're being watched. And yeah, they're messing around with the wrong administration, I think. Yeah, looks like it. I see them getting some justice here. All right, so there you have it. That is what I see. So it does look like Harry and Meghan are very much involved with this BLM invading the church in Minneapolis. I think there's a lot of witchery spell work, Meghan particularly most helpful with. And yeah, they were behind this 100%. They want to take down all the churches. Yeah, they knew it was going to happen. They kept it a secret, didn't say anything. They're completely involved with this group in cahoots. They're tapped in. They're all on the same signal or whatever it is they use. Yeah, they're trying to bring in the New World Order. They're trying to take down the religions. They're attacking the churches, attacking all Christians. They hate Harry and Meghan hate Christians because they are evil and satanic. But you know what? It comes around, goes around. Karma, karma, karma. Justice over here. And judgment and justice together. Yeah, you're looking at some serious actions being taken. I would say, some people could be. I don't know if they'll be arrested, but something of that nature. Indicted, lawsuit, something's happening. Yeah. Their globalist buddies are not going to be able to stop it. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. She may be the fall guy. Obama and Clinton's, they need a fall guy. They might toss Meghan our way and say, here, you can take her and she'll go down for them. She may be the patsy for them. They always have someone lower on the totem pole to, it might be Meghan. It definitely won't be Harry. It won't be Harry. He'll be protected by the crown, but Meghan's on her own here. I think so. I would probably guess more her than him, but he could be banned from the country. That was possible. We'll have to wait and see. But something's coming. Something's happening. So there you have it. That is what I see of Harry and Meghan and their influence, their involvement with BLM invading the churches today. So I hope you found this interesting. If so, please like and subscribe. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.